folks. It's Sunday morning, the 5th of April in downtown Ezhou, as usual, Wuhan. Oh, the bakers are doing a wonderful job this morning. Chinese donuts, proper Chinese donuts. Oh, I'm hungry. So I'm off to the wet markets again, my daily pilgrimage to go get food. In the background over there is our hospital, you can see. Nothing really going on over there, it's quiet. And yeah, look, the Chinese government have laid in some pretty harsh measures towards the wet markets lately, and yeah, they've changed the rules and regulations with what animals they can sell. So they've made a big effort to appease the West. Yeah, it'd be funny if they told us to stop eating Maccas because they didn't approve of us killing cattle. But yeah, anyway, you know, we like to tell people what to do in the West, and that's all there is to it. Funny, you know, I raise cattle, and they're very nice animals. They're like dogs. If people were aware of how smart cattle actually were, I don't think they'd be eating them in a hurry. But yeah, we eat them. We eat sheep, which are just the same, and pigs, which are one of the dirtiest animals on earth. We eat them too. But no one seems to complain about that. Yeah, the Chinese stopped buying our lobsters for a few months, and it nearly crippled the Australian lobster industry. But I didn't hear anyone complaining about them eating lobsters, you know, or all the fish that the rest of the world drag out of the sea and eat and like ravage our oceans and leave them nearly bare. But no one seems to care about that either. Yeah, so it's interesting that, you know, we like to condemn people for what they eat, yet if we were condemned, they'd be the worst in the world, mate. So here we go, entering the wet markets. Everybody you can see have their Chinese-made face masks on that aren't government approved, and oh, just having temperature check. Yeah, and all these face masks that are non-government approved in Australia are actually what saved China's ass. And yeah, but anyway, that's the way it is. It's pretty busy in here today. Being a Sunday. Yeah, do you know what would happen if they were selling dodgy products in China to protect people? The government would come down so hard on them all that yeah, there'd be hell to pay around here. So how's the array of eggs? These eggs have been dipped in some sort of spice and herb, and they're very popular. Blue eggs, they must be from bluebirds. These eggs, they're like quail eggs. Chicken eggs, more chicken eggs, fresh chickens. A little car for you. So check out this little beast of a car. It's like a motorbike with a roof. God, wouldn't want to hit a truck in that. Check this car out. Yeah, I was reading on the news today what a big effort DFAT has been making to repatriate all the Australians overseas, and there's some 30-odd thousand of us overseas, many of which left after there were travel warnings in place. And what a big effort they're going to bring them all home. Well, when I left Australia, there was no travel warnings. There was nothing said about coronavirus. I left mid-January, and unfortunately it was only a few weeks before it all broke out here. They really haven't made an effort to repatriate me whatsoever. And now they're trying to repatriate all these people that left Australia on their own accord after there was travel warnings in place, and they knew very well about what was going on in the rest of the world, yet they thought they were bulletproof and weren't going to be affected. Well, I'm a little bit disappointed that they're going to such an effort to repatriate these people when there's still a bunch of us in China that were left after they took 2/3 of us and left the third of us behind in the same city where they took everyone from, because it was too inconvenient and too hard to get us. With only, you know, no more communications whatsoever, we're still here. And they're going out of their way to get all these other people back. Well, it's a little disappointing to me. I never got any warning whatsoever about the virus. I never heard anything about it. The Australian government already knew about it, however they hadn't put warnings in place. And actually the Smart Traveller website was actually down when I left Australia. So there wasn't nothing I could do or find out about it either way. I walked straight into Wuhan airport and on the 15th of January with no warning, and that was that. The Australian government knew about this problem very early on in January, probably even late December, but they didn't acknowledge it or tell anybody about it. They, like everything, they left it too late, and now they're repatriating 30-odd thousand people. Unbelievable, mate. As this, I got sucked into going for a walk. She goes, oh, let's go for a walk. And I'm like, yeah, cool, let's go for a walk. And all she's doing is going into fucking women's dress shops. It's pretty good. I actually don't mind walking into the dress shops around here. There's always some good wildlife to check out. Is it just me, or do most guys feel strange when their wives drag them into lingerie shops? Yeah, I was just looking at some social media while I was killing some time before I was eating lunch, and I just thought I'd show you some of the funny stuff that Americans have had to say in the last few weeks. Watch it, it's pretty interesting.
The sky is falling because we have a few dozen cases of coronavirus on a cruise ship.
It's a virus, like the flu. I'm not afraid of the coronavirus, and no one else should be that afraid either.
It is very, very difficult to contract this virus.
It's a great time to just go out, go to a local restaurant.
Yeah.
Likely you can get in easily.
It is being contained.
0 people in the United States of America have died from the coronavirus.
The risk to the American public of contracting the coronavirus remains low. And let me say again, as we've said before, there's no need for Americans to buy masks.
Yeah, and a little clip of what happens if you don't stay in lockdown in India.
You know what the American people are thinking right now? They're thinking that the brain is an amazing organ. It starts working in a mother's womb, and it doesn't stop working until you get elected to Congress. They're thinking that this country was founded by geniuses, but it's being run by a bunch of idiots.
Oh, that's so sad. So I say of that, either you can't handle your job, but don't blame impeachment on that. Just blame it on the fact that you didn't want to face the reality. And that denial and that delay cost lives.
The virus was in China. We knew it was in China. Unless we assume there's some immune system variation with Asian people.
China's experience taught the world a number of things. One hospital isn't enough. Authorities in Moscow are trying to follow in the dragon's footsteps. A China-style hospital is being erected just outside of Moscow, not for lack of beds now, but to make sure that there isn't a lack tomorrow.
I feel like a sheep going to slaughter. My colleagues and I are writing our last will and testament. I'm 28 years old. We fear that we may not survive this pandemic, and yet we show up every day to this hospital to take care of our community.
Just got some crazy news from a mate on Instagram. He told me there's over 311,000 cases in America and another 20,000 new ones reported today. That is absolutely unbelievable. However, I believe him. He hasn't told me any misinformation yet. And wow, guys, I'm really feeling for you folks in America. I really wish your government did a little bit more at the beginning. It's horrendous what's going on in your country, and I'm really feeling sorry for you. Stay as well as you can, and mask up, do what you can, stay away from groups and people and transport, whatever you can, mate. But yeah, try hard, guys. I'm thinking of you and I'm praying for you all. show you a pretty cool bit of driving. So this is how you play chicken in China. You just ride up the wrong side of the road and hope everyone misses you. When there's a bus in the way, you just go around it and hope no one's coming. Yeah, so this is one of the lakes. It's just behind where I live. That's the newer side of Ezhou, the city. And coming around here, it's all a fish farm behind these walkways back to the wall. And yeah, bit of scenery for you. This is just a little walkway around the side of this lake. Quite pretty. A lot of people come here and fish in the daytime and try their luck. Yes, I'm getting pretty good at filming while I ride, one-handed. Alright, I'm about to get cut off by a bus. But anyway, into the roundabout we go. Pull over. Hope for your life and hope for the best, and that's how you do a roundabout in China. Super weird getting around this city because, like I've said before, I've never seen another white person in this city, and I've been here on and off for over 18 months now, and I still get funny looks. People still take photos of me, and yeah, I sort of stand out like dog's balls. But I try to mingle in, and it's a bit hard being white and 6'2". Yeah, they're very dubious of white people at the moment over here, and I don't blame them. The way that they're getting shit put on them from all over the place, where all they've really done is try to help. So I have to try my best to be nice and set a good example for us all, because it's really not the public's fault here, or anybody's fault, so to speak. They're just people like us, and yeah, they're just living their lives as everybody else in the world has to do. So that's the main hospital in this city, not the one that's across the road from me, but this is their main big one. And this suffered horrendous fatalities a few weeks ago, and now it's dead quiet. So that's really good to see. It's a good sign for the rest of the world, and keep your fingers crossed all your suburbs, cities and towns will be the same soon. Just got some crazy news from a mate on Instagram. He told me there's over 311,000 cases in America and another 20,000 new ones reported today. That is absolutely unbelievable. However, I believe him. He hasn't told me any misinformation yet. And wow, guys, I'm really feeling for you folks in America. I really wish your government did a little bit more at the beginning. It's horrendous what's going on in your country, and I'm really feeling sorry for you. Stay as well as you can, and mask up, do what you can, stay away from groups and people and transport, whatever you can, mate. But yeah, try hard, guys. I'm thinking of you and I'm praying for you all.